5, 4. We've got ignition. 3, 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. Yes, sir. And before we get dinged, we're about to kick this off, y'all. You know we got to pay some bills first. So, Karen, what you on? So please stand by. Today's topic is the views. What's the topic today? Self love. All right. Today's topic is on that thing there. We're talking about the others. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the other candidates, since supposedly there is only 2 candidates. So we did some digging, and we're just going to let you know what's out there. You know, you don't want to walk into a restaurant and there's 5 menu items, but they only got 2 up there. But I heard y'all got hot dogs back there. Don't y'all got some Roland Martin dogs back there? Yeah, I heard y'all got some Roland Martin dogs in the back. You know, oh yeah, but you can only choose between the chicken and the fish. So that's what we on today. So Karen, you can take it away. Y'all, please like, share, subscribe during this 2 minutes. Let's get them in the building. We did the research for you. We know you're busy or lazy or somewhere in between that. Or maybe you just don't give a single solitary. Karen, you can take it away whenever you... What's going on with Karen? Karen, get off the phone with the cops.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use.
Yes, he already did it.
For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research.
There we go.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey, Roland Martin, never mind.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Coalition, no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? This what y'all wanted me in Chicago? No block right here. That shit coalition, no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside.
Where y'all at?
10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
O Block right now. Where we at? Tell you something, man. This Nino Brown, man. I'm live on O Block right now. Where we at? This O Block. I'm from Miami. I just want to tell niggas, man, we gotta stop killing each other, man. Yeah, this shit ain't about nothing. All that killing shit, we gotta work together, man. Stop killing each other, my nigga. I had to come over here and tell niggas that shit, my nigga.
I'm right here. See where I'm at. I'm out here. Black Star Line cigars. For grown man. On some grown man stuff. And to the PDs, stop doing that killing. Please stop doing that killing.
All of them out. Call them out. Sheriffs, PDs, members. Stop the killing. It's not necessary all the time.
Brother, I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it.
That's
I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. You know, between us, Tori made me at Beta, And so, he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation.
Two great brothers right there.
It's a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
Self Luv Show starts in 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else.
Out there.
A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval. And it has to come from within.
It's all inside you.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Karen, doing your thug dizzle. Just stop calling the police on the people, all right? Music, please.
The Self Luv Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Luv Show, the Self Luv Show, the Self Luv Show. We do it for our people. The Self Luv Show, it's the Self Luv Show, it's the Self Luv Show. To expose they don't equal the Self Luv Show.
Yes, yes, that's why we do it. That is why we do it.
The Self Luv Show, you know how the story goes.
All right, y'all. Welcome. First off, the views expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. Welcome to the Self Luv Show on This Ain't That Network, where we explore captivating topics to expand our community's minds and ignite your curiosities. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and of course, my late beloved Mama Scott. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and often overlooked aspect of American politics, the off-color presidential candidates. We're going to block out the white noise today. Seems I can't even have conversations with my brother without the name, my brothers without the name calling and the smelling of farts. So we're going to block out the white noise today and talk. We're going to unpack some stuff. All right. Where was it? So these off-color presidential candidates, who are they? These are the individuals who, despite not being part of the mainstream political parties, they may bring unique perspectives and refreshing ideas to the table. From the Green Party to the Libertarians, out there, Librariantarians, and the Independents, which it's not really a party, but they do have candidates. So these candidates challenge the status quo and offer voters alternatives to traditional two-party system. We'll explore their backgrounds, motivations, and impact they have on the political landscape. You see, it's my assertion that both of those large parties could care less about anyone that's not stuffing their pockets. The same media that's programming you to listen to it and to do this and do that, they don't care about you either, whether it's Fox, MSNBC, or whatever it is. My opinion, you're ignorant. And if you've been told this, you don't have this understanding. At this point, you're stupid, in my humble opinion. You sit there and be programmed, but hopefully you're here, because this ain't that network. Isn't it? All right. So, today we'll discuss why we refer to them as the others, and why they are crucial to the Republic. They represent voices that might otherwise be marginalized, and their campaigns can highlight many of the issues that the big parties choose to ignore. Whether it's environmental justice, you can be some sort of tree hugging, Green Party. I'd rather hug a tree. I think that's where I'm going. All right. You could do that. You could be a tree hugger. Civil liberties, reparations, economic reform. These candidates push the boundaries of political discourse and encourage a more inclusive and representative republic. We'll also delve into the challenges they face, from limited media coverage to the struggle for ballot access and lack of funds, because we're all programmed. Join us as we unpack the stories of some of the most intriguing off-color presidential candidates today. Sit back, chill, get ready for an enlightening conversation on the Self Luv Show, where we celebrate the copper color in all our forms, including the political arena. This is the Self Luv Show, and this is the revolution. The revolution will not be televised. Well, it definitely won't be on YouTube. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color. Today is Tuesday at about 8 p.m. in the Chi. So appreciate y'all being here. We got started a little late. But thankfully, you guys all can be anywhere in the magnanimous universe, but thankfully, you guys all chose to be here together. Here. Together. Put down, brother Wordsmith. What you manifesting today?
Love, now you know me. I'm manifesting love. How about yourself? What you manifesting?
Hey, ditto, good brother. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered. Some say harsh, others said tough. It's definitely not the 21st century masculinity, but I can tell you it's love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's been going on in your neck of America since we last hopped on here, bro?
Well, I headed out to sunny Florida, Orlando, for the weekend. Had a good old time and
were you a little
myself.
drug mule, or you had a little drug mule with you?
No. Nothing of the sort. I went there to straight relax, some enjoyment, some sun.
I hear that, man. Y'all was on South Beach?
We was in Orlando.
Okay, yeah, I've been there. Did you see the mouse? Everybody talks to you about the mouse when you get there.
Yeah, didn't go see the mouse. We did go to a lock room. Very interesting.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, everybody keep asking me about the mouse. Have you seen the mouse? Are you going to see the mouse? Took me a minute, Self. I'm like, are you people crazy?
Like, they got mice everywhere?
Yeah.
What's going on?
You got a mice up your bum right now? Yeah. The hell? Yeah. Yeah, they're all on cocaine. Big up to all my people out there in Orlando. Because I had a great time there, to be honest, to be 100. You know what I mean? Great time. Very nice people. You know what I mean? 100%. All right. What to expect on today's Jamboree? All right. We already started out with the Self Love Show quote of the day. And then, of course, our more growth and development platform video. That's less than 1 minute. Tune in or tune out. We ain't got time. Some say time ain't long. I say we ain't got time. We ain't got tattoo tyranny. You understand? We'll show our government interacting with the pubic, because that's about what they think of you, pubic hairs. And we'll decide if we like what they're doing or if we don't, like what they're doing, if they should be fired or thrown in jail for their tyranny. Then, of course, we have our dome teaser. Your mind's awful when you waste it. It's the Satan's workshop as it sits there and lays fallow. You're not controlling your thoughts. You don't meditate and do anything like that not because you're stupid, it's because you're ignorant, and the big, what do you call those, indoctrination centers, they didn't bother to teach anybody that. But here we go. And then our topic today is geez, what the hell? I need to be in the slow classes. The others, off-color U.S. presidential candidates. Today we're going to be blocking out all the white noise. Okay, if there's any pink people out there or white people out there, you're welcome to sit there and watch. You know what I mean? Maybe you can have some comments. But we're going to be pretty much blocking it out here today. You understand? Do you overstand? And then we close it out with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's where Brother Wordsmith here, he comes back, summarizes everything, almost does a ditty. It's nothing like Roland Martin. All right, let me just get that out there.
A ditty?
It's nothing like P. Diddy. It's a metaphorical ditty. You know what I mean? Summarizes everything, if you will, off the top of his dome. You know what I mean? And it's just a wonderful work of art. Amazing that he can do it.
No ditty.
No ditty. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So any announcements out there, fella?
Like, share, subscribe, share far and wide. Get this information into the hands of the people that need it. We got to get the right amount of people on the same frequency so we can move in a different direction.
Why is it that I'm in South Central and the last four, they appear to be copper colored men? You know what I'm saying? Spoke, the King's English as good as anyone. I mean, they're in the 50s out here in LA, all over. Are you a registered voter? Yeah, I'm voting. Who are you voting for? Dummy J. Trump. But why? I'm an independent. I'm not here to judge you, young man. Why? And they bring up the migrant issue and the things they're saying. The details they're giving, but I don't hear Angela Rye talking about that and Charlemagne the Goofy. Anyone.
No, well, I don't hear them talk because I don't listen to that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but Angela Rye used to date Common. And your girl, what's her name? She the one out at Diddy for years. Everybody thought she was crazy. And she might be.
Jaguar, right?
Yeah, Jaguar Wright just came out and said, your boy Common has a small penis, micro penis. There you go. Angela Yee. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. Is Jaguar Wright crazy? I don't know. Maybe she, man, I don't know why she would put that out there. But we're not going to get into allegations about Common. All right. We don't do that on this station. Now, did have a micro penis, it would seem like you would wait till everybody sleep to save yourself some sort of embarrassment. All right. How thought invasion. We're not there today. We're covering the presidents, the others. All right. That's what we're on. And enough of my yapping. If there's any political candidates out there, whatever.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. It's 9 said. Today we're covering so-called off-color U.S. president candidates, the third party. As always, we have a very important video that I need you to pay close attention to.
That's what LeBron used to refer to his guys as the others.
Well, that's neither here nor there. We have the Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. As always, before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. There can be no daily democracy without daily citizenship. Once again, there can be no daily democracy without daily censorship. Ralph Nader.
Was it censorship or citizenship? I heard two different things there.
It says citizenship here out there.
Alrighty.
But citizenship is, that's a marred word. Yeah, look it up in the Black's dictionary. It's slavery. Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. And 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. Yes. And that means protecting their minds as well. How thought invasion tech will be deployed against gods and goyams, maybe not the gods, and goyim. We broke that down last week, huh?
Oh, yeah. Man. I suggest you do yourself a favor and go, check it out. Check it out.
Hey, I actually do a test. Took me a while to catch it, bro. Whenever you say HITL, you can think of the last 2 letters, right? HITL. Whenever you say that name and you don't say anything, yeah, boy, the algorithm nips that right in the bud, bro. And if you talk about the Honorable Minister FAR,
well, if you're, who ish people control that sector of stuff
Yeah, but they got the bots. The AI is picking up on it.
The algorithm is that. So that's who's programmed it. They put them certain words in there out there, names and words and
all I
those
said is I
things
can find some good quotes. I'm sure I can find some good things that we're not going to talk about that here. All right. That's the whole point. Censorship, citizenship. Right, Self?
Yeah.
Slavery. All right, we had a poll up there. Ever voted for anyone other than heads or tails? Yeah. You don't vote? Heads or tails, 50% is close. Oh, it's close. Have you ever voted other than the big DNC or RNC in your life for a presidential candidate? That is the question.
Well, that was on the.
It's the poll. Yeah. So you guys go to the community tab, during the show. It's your mom and this vote. Nobody's got to know. I know you guys are, what do they call them? 21st century masculinity.
I hope that's not a thing.
Your women don't have to know. Well, they're repackaging toxic masculinity. They're repackaging it in a way so it's not to offend the dinosaurs before they die.
To actually make it toxic. That's where they're repackaging as, they're trying to change it from natural.
Yeah. You've got dinosaur masculinity. Yeah.
The toxic.
Yeah. Toxic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, I heard, I don't know that much. No, never mind. But they were talking about, the women talking about the AKA self and not once that they were AKAs. It's like we're saying AKAs. But I'm just saying, if I'm at an event, I'm not just saying KA side at some point. And AKA started, no one ever said Alpha, Kappa, Alpha. And I don't know. That's just, damn.
Well, it's a short for it. I don't know. But it's
not even AKA though. Those are Greek letters.
Facts. But the way it is now,
I mean, you might as well say
it might as well.
Yeah,
we don't have a regular, letters.
Right.
If it was a regular, it's got to be side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're dinosaurs.
And they AKA. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You know what happened to the dinosaurs? People shot them and ate them. They're not gonna tell you those truths. Just like the buffaloes went out.
Dinosaurs are birds.
Yeah, that's right. Ate them. All right. Let's see here. All right, Seth, did you hear? Oh, we got some tattoo. I think we got some tattoo team. Oh, cut the crap.
I don't know. You're very creative with these things, so maybe I've seen it, but I stay unplugged for the most part.
Big news coming out of California. Things. Remember they were talking about the reparations in California?
Big news?
Big news coming out of California.
I think I have
fair
seen
use.
This.
Cut the crap.
What's going?
Cut the check.
They got to, because this is a...
Live over the state capitol, where the legislative session is wrapping up tonight, and lawmakers are deciding the fate of bills that haven't passed yet. We're just minutes away until the California legislative session comes to a close.
Right, he's got a list.
Fewer than 200 bills combined left.
I don't want to hear it.
Some of the bills dealing with reparations. ABC 10's Garsh Balsanga joining us live from the state capitol to explain more on this very busy day. We still see
don't even look real. He looks like
in the rotunda there, Garsh Ball.
Like that's a green screen.
Yeah, Luke, and this place is buzzing with anticipation to try to figure out what is the status of their bill, and we are officially less than an hour away until we find out what the results are going to be of all the bills that they haven't voted on. If it is passed, it is going to go to the governor.
It took a lot of time putting that suit on.
See if he will sign or not, but if it doesn't, it is going to die on the House floor. So we're trying to figure that out. But the biggest buzz in this building were bills that weren't voted on, like funding reparations. The final hours of the California legislative session kicking into overdrive as lawmakers try to get their bills approved. On Sunday, lawmakers passed landmark bills to make amends for racism. The proposal they approved allows for the return of land or compensation to families whose property was unfairly taken by the government, and an informal apology for laws and practices that harmed black people. But the buzz surrounding the reparation bills package was over what wasn't addressed: direct payments.
We laid the foundation that those bills are critically important to, stand up what reparations would be here in the state of California.
State Senator Stephen Bradford authored SB 1403, aims to establish the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency.
James was working on
SB
this.
1331 funds reparations.
Yeah.
Both were not voted on.
We should have gotten it to the governor's desk. He never signaled he would veto the bill. He just said he had some concerns, as they have with many bills. But that doesn't mean you don't move forward with the bills, because, you can fix them.
The California Legislative Black Caucus pulled the bill because it said the proposal needs more work.
The bills that pass are not reparations. An apology is not reparations.
The Black Caucus pulled the bill.
Reparation activist with Coalition for Just and Equitable California.
The only bills today that even had a chance of being core reparations or could even get us to reparations are the bills that did not pass. It's one thing if we go up for a vote and we lose. Oh, all right. It's one thing if we go up for a vote, we win, and it gets to the governor's desk and the governor vetoes it.
Supporters of the reparations say they're not giving up despite the setback.
It has to happen if we were going to have meaningful reparations to the people who deserve it. We're 160 years overdue for this.
And just a few hours ago, there was a glimmer of hope that those two bills that were not heard, they would be heard, but that hope quickly evaporated. So a lot of people that were protesting here disappointed with that outcome. Now, another bill that we're keeping a close eye on is SB 1414. That would make it a felony to purchase a child for sex. That is what we're waiting on over this next hour to see how the House is going to vote.
That's the one.
A long 55 minutes that are remaining to see which bill is going to pass and which one.
Boy, there's a slithery, silk tongue, well-dressed.
ABC 10.
Indeed, a very busy night ahead. Thank you, Barstool, for that reporting.
I don't want anything else. I don't even want to see these guys.
Hey, that's do you know what year California became a state?
Not offhand.
1850, September 9th, 1850.
Okay.
The slavery that I Googled in California was, they said, 2,000 or 3,000 people in 1852. It seems very disingenuous that somewhere where slavery wasn't even really so-called.
Well, they passed it in Evanston. What are you? Are you against reparations?
No, I'm against fraudulent and crapulous platitudes, or just.
Do you know how many?
Well, we gave him.
Do you know how many foundationally so-called Black Americans live in California? Are you kidding?
Yeah, but are you kidding me? When they talked about what they were saying, who would get it? You remember? Do you remember? It wasn't everybody gonna get it. You had to prove that you had somebody that was a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think that was in the bill. Was that in the bill? Yeah, I think that
I don't know. That's what they were talking about before they even made a bill.
Yeah.
That's what was discussed, the preliminaries of the whole situation.
Well, if you don't think the state of California benefit off of the backs of slavery, I mean, I hear what you're saying. There was no slavery in Evanston, Illinois either. There was no slavery in the North.
That's right. It was slavery in the North.
Okay, well then there was slavery.
It was less slavery in the North. The North was.
Well then,
hold on.
All right.
Look at the years that all these other states were in. They were states long before.
Well, just because they didn't
California.
call it a state doesn't necessarily mean they weren't enslaving people in the area, in the territory.
That's true.
Because they didn't draw a little line around it, and
I'm just saying it wasn't part of the United States. I hear your point though, but it wasn't part of the United States.
All right. All right. You sound like the governor of California. And then they're wasting their times and spinning their wheels. Then
I think they're
damn what
doing
those
that.
black people were saying.
I think
And
that's
that
going to be
brother
the
who's
end
talking,
result.
damn
of
what
it.
he's talking about. Like,
I think that's going to be the end result. That's my whole thing. Crapulous platitudes.
yeah. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
hope that I'm wrong.
Well, that still doesn't mean that you don't demand and ask for it. You know, if a person owes me money, I don't say,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the
okay,
people
let me finish.
asking.
Hold it. Let me
That's
finish.
fact.
I'm just talking. If a person owes me money, yeah, I'm not analyzing. Yeah, I hope he gives me my money back. No, you know what I'm saying? Every time I see this person, you know, where's my money? You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it should be that should be on the top of our. Well, that's how I vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my money. I don't want to hear any stories. Cut the crap. Cut the check. Yeah, but you make a good point. California. I mean, it's a lot of states that didn't have slavery.
Yeah, and
but they had slaves, and they were stealing allegedly. Kidnapping people and dragging them down to the South and saying they were runaway slaves, bro.
California for a long time kept them people away from there because Queen Khalifa, it was American Indians over there. It wasn't even none of them people there for the longest time. That's why it took long to expand there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, reparations is more than just slavery.
Much more.
You are familiar with Jim Crow and
yeah, but the whole premise of having to prove somebody was a slave to get it, the people that went through Jim Crow weren't in the slavery system. You know what I mean? They're gonna cut out a lot of people. I think not everybody, but the foundational people should get it. Period.
Yeah,
that's what I think, and I think
yeah.
it's a
And if I ended up
platitude.
in a state where they never had slavery, I don't care. So what are you saying? I got to move down to Alabama to get a check? All right, well here I come. I'm moving to Alabama. Give me my check. Cut the shit. Give me my check, man. Like,
yes,
I'm saying, like, you know. All right. The others. Off-color U.S. presidential candidates, you guys. That's what we're on, and we're blocking out the white noise today. We block out the white noise pretty much every day, but all are welcome. All right. All are welcome. All right. Self pink crime. Now this one's all is wells, and it's 12 news. So I'm having trouble remembering what this is. Go ahead, Karen.
A Tempe Wells Fargo employee died at her desk. And 12 News is now confirming that it may have taken as many as 4 days for anyone in the office to notice. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm smelling something.
It's a story we first reported
I thought it was in the
yesterday.
pipes.
Tonight, Tempe police are confirming the timeline of when the woman clocked in to when her colleagues found the body. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in the studio with new details tonight. Gabby, 4 days. I mean, this poor woman went 4 days undiscovered. It's hard to believe.
And that's a question many employees are asking themselves tonight. I spoke with an employee who said that she shared her perspective on the workplace environment, and they say it's a big building, but most people don't work there on a daily basis. A Wells Fargo employee went to work the morning of Friday, August 16th and never went home. Tempe police tell 12 News 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme scanned into work at 7 o'clock in the morning. 4 days later, police responded to the office building near Washington Street and Priest Drive for reports of a subject down. Prudhomme was declared dead. The Tempe Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating, but do not suspect foul play. A Wells Fargo employee exclusively spoke with 12 News, but asked not to be recorded or identified out of fear for their job. They say a colleague found Prudhomme dead at her desk in a cubicle while walking around the building on Tuesday, August 20th. Prudhomme's cubicle was reportedly on the 3rd floor and away from the main aisle. This employee says several people.
Mic check. kidding me? Okay. Mic check, mic check.
Employee wants to see.
Man, I think we're having technical difficulties here.
Okay, she was just laying on her desk. A Wells Fargo spokesperson previously sent 12 are available. Fargo did not have new information to share with.
This internet, somebody's internet's not working good. Mic check.
They're not on the screen with me. So, okay, here we go.
Man, my internet is tripping.
My internet, it said it was unstable. It said your internet's unstable. And I'm like, huh? And then I disappeared.
Hey, but that's pretty bizarre, man. Like, come on, bro. The security staff, the cleaning staff, you got a case of a bunch of, they probably migrants. A bunch of people not doing their job,
4
bro.
days?
Who's
Do they clean the place?
Does she punch in and out? Does anybody give a fuck if she's getting a paycheck? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, does anybody clean the place?
that's what I said. The cleaning staff,
That's
the
I mean, that's
security,
yeah.
they're paid to clean it.
Yeah, I mean, much more than anybody else.
Yeah, but they're just
You
gonna
know,
walk around.
Oh, she's there. She's working.
She working. She
Keep
tired.
going. I mean, what the
Oh,
hell?
she worked hard 3-4 days. Oh, what's that smell? Oh, that smell of no bueno, no bueno.
He was talking about. Sorry,
I'm not blaming her.
Sadly, no, she
should be doing work. Who does she report to? And why are they not saying, where is this person at?
Period. And why are they still on the clock?
Yes, we're not on the clock. Why isn't this work being done?
No, they said she punched in at 7:30 in the morning that day.
Okay, but why isn't the work
4 days before they
why
found
isn't
her?
Okay, all right. Most companies have meetings. They have scheduled things you have to go to. You have people you report to. You know, depending on where the job is, you have to give updates about what you're doing out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And they tried to cover it a little bit and say, most people work remote at this job.
When you work remote, they earn your ass even more than when you work in a big ass place like that. When you work remote, they earn you, and they can monitor. I guarantee you, if you're working remote for a company, bro, you cannot log on at 7 a.m. on a Monday and be passed out dead on your desk for 4 days and nobody's asking, like, where the hell is this guy at? Otherwise, her job has zero importance.
What she does,
What she does is unnecessary.
Completely. I mean,
rest her soul, condolences to her family. It's not her fault.
No, it ain't her fault. I mean, that's ridiculous, though. Some employees had complaints that there were foul smell, but they thought it was bad plumbing.
And
What?
Shit, a rotting human.
Bad plumbing? What?
These are nasty people.
I'm saying, where would you smell?
These are nasty people.
Bad
You
plumbing.
understand?
Where would you smell bad plumbing? I mean,
Right.
It's leaking somewhere. I mean, when you go to the bathroom or the faucet, that's not going to be.
This is Wells fucking Fargo. This isn't, You know what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. Exactly, bro. That's what they assume. I just thought it was, the plumbing was bad. Yeah, that's at your house. You understand? People are nasty, bro. Oh, God, rest her soul. God bless the dead. Oh, that's like that lady who was laying in the swimming pool dying. You know?
It's worse. It's 4 days. That was some hours, and I thought that was horrendous, and I could not understand that.
Yeah.
This is 4 days.
And Yah has blessed us with the smell of a rotting corpse so that, you know what I mean, you can be discovered. You know what I mean? And you can get you to your family.
4 days.
She was reported missing. That was the result of the cops' investigation.
She had been reported missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, family's like, where the hell is she?
Oh my God, that's even worse.
Yeah, so the supervisor, we haven't seen her. She clocked in, but she never clocked out. And she doesn't do any work around here anyway. She's about to retire in 4 years. We tried to pay her to leave early. Who are you? I got a meeting to go to virtually. All right, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Others.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's America. It's your new America. The others. We're going to eventually get here, y'all. The off-color U.S. presidential candidates, and we're going to be distinguished gentlemen as we break that down. Air quotes is working on a video. Big Ace, he said Kamala's campaign is like the movie Distinguished Gentleman, where she didn't come out there. I said, damn. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, so air quotes is working on something. He's running that over to the American public, and they're just dumb enough to fall for it hook, line, and sinker. They knew Biden didn't have his marbles for 2 years, and they said we're gonna wait till the last minute, and then we're gonna shove this tampon up everybody's asshole, and then we're gonna have tampons in the boys' bathrooms at Drop Dead Gorgeous William Ray School, and you're running around. The boys are running around wearing halter tops and painting their fingernails. I'm doing it for my mama. Your daddy should have slapped the shit. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. All right. All right there, fella. Let's get to the dome teaser. I am a voice often unheard, standing apart from the crowd. I challenge the norms and push for change, though my path is never allowed. Who am I? I am a voice often unheard, standing apart from the goyim. I challenge the norms and push for change, though my path is never allowed. Who am I? I think I saw a thumbs up before I even put this thing. All right. I'm going to put this thing into the chat. Karen, can you put that riddle in the chat? Yes, Alfred. I'm not responding to any comments moving forward. I ask you guys, if they're not part of the TATN production, the text, the comments about the video or whatever it is, I'm not responding. I'm gonna have a general response that says, I don't respond unless you make unless you got the balls to make a comment on the forum there.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah.
No,
yeah.
They don't do that to me. So
yeah. All right. You guys. So self love. Let's see. What do you put in here? I think he got it. Yeah. He's got it. Yep. I am a voice often unheard, standing apart from the crowd. I challenge the norms and push for change, though my path is never allowed. Who am I? And Brother Wordsmith has got it, so he'll tell you guys the correct response at the end, at the very end, if you guys don't figure it out. All right. Think we're here. All right. Enough of my okay. Enough of the appetizers out there, fella.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, Karen, we got a promo vid, and then let's get it cracking. It's only 1 minute, you guys. It's only 1 minute. Appreciate your patience. Next week, 9324. Off-brand presidential candidates. We only got two candidates. It's only two. Somebody asked me, well, what are the other ones?
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
All right, so we're going to go down this rabbit hole. You know what I mean? And we're going to, handpick some of these candidates, the ones the media is not talking about. I posted what my list of demands are from this so-called government. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show people how, in my opinion, they should make these decisions when they're going to throw their vote away. Because if you're voting for one of these souls, guess what? You could be throwing your vote away.
If you decide between lesser evils, then you probably are.
And I don't trust Kamala either. I can appreciate characteristics, but not trust the whole package.
When I was on, that's that was the music from Distinguished Gentlemen. So, yeah, we got to talk. We're gonna start talking to the American public. We're gonna have that music in the background, bro. They'll listen. It's all programming. All right, y'all know why we do it. More solemn. This channel is silence is violence out there. Okay? It's basically born of watching George Floyd get murdered. All right, for 9 minutes. Okay. So we've been on the pink person's ass ever since. All right. All white people are in pink. Okay. But you're pink until otherwise proven innocent. That's how it works. So say his name, George Floyd, rest in peace. With copper, caramel, bronze colored first. Our more growth and development platform speaks for itself. We're here to chronicle our story as opposed to his story. And we want to talk to everyday men and women about the times, whether great or struggle, because the struggle is beautiful. That's what we do. All right, so today it's the others, off-color U.S. presidential candidates blocking out the white noise. All right, so what do we mean by off-color candidate, Brother Wordsmith?
Well, we mean a candidate that's not representing the Democrats or the Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
There are a number of groups besides that.
I think you did a better job than what. Yeah, so it refers to a candidate who does not belong to the mainstream political parties, such as the Democrats or the Republicans. I've been calling them the Democrats. Every blood, I'm trying to wake the people.
Republic bloods.
Yeah, Republicans.
Yeah, I say Republicans.
Yeah,
repugnant cans.
Yeah.
Republicans are like too, it's
yeah.
Democrats is that for works.
Yeah.
Perfect. Democrats.
Now, these candidates often come from similar parties, like the Green Party, the Librarians, the Libertarians Party, and then independents. And like Brother Wordsmith said, there's a lot you can choose from out there. It's your vote. You know what I mean? You come in a candy store, you like black licorice. There's going to be because 85% I think people think black licorice is disgusting, right? Again, 85 is you get what you want. You're throwing your money away. You know what I mean? You get what you want, and you tell them the meals bill, right?
Yeah, well, you got to.
Yeah.
It's not reasonable, that people died to vote and you choose to vote and they don't like who you vote for. It's stupid.
Yes.
It's ignorant. It's more than ignorant. I'm sorry. It's more than ignorant. It's stupid.
It's stupid at this point. Because we've been talking about it for a long time.
People get to vote for who they want to vote for, and it should be None of your business. You know.
When you select a wife, you almost have me say significant other. You know, any young man out there, don't be going for the lesser of two evils. If you're choosing between two women and you're like, but this was the lesser, this was the lesser, this was less worse. You know what I'm saying? No. There's other what? Party candidates out there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. And well, you know me, so you know who I'm voting for this time up.
Well, yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust any of them. Tory Wordsmith gets one vote.
I got to get that distinguished gentleman track, start playing that. I'll pull it up. But yeah, we're going to have fun with that. What are some characteristics of these others?
They seem to gravitate towards some of the actual issues and problems that people are having.
I see that the day-to-day issues, maybe since they're smaller, they can adjust, change direction, as opposed to some of these bigger things like turn around a big battleship.
Well, they seem to be more for the common man than either of the major parties. Generally, they are leaning towards one of the parties or the other, but it's not the major parties don't care about the issues that they do. But part of the major problem is they're not allowed on the debates. They're not given any real media coverage. So it's not aligned to have them put before the people that actually vote. You're on mute.
Perhaps. I got the distinguished gentleman in there, but I'm going to cut it off. All right. But I agree with that 100%. They're known for bringing unique perspectives and challenging the traditional political norms, often focusing on issues that the major parties might overlook or seem that they don't care. You got some historical others in mind. I remember F. Ross Bailey Perot. He's a billionaire. Jesse Jackson, run Jesse Jackson.
He was a Republican before.
Well, they all were
that. That's what I said. And then Jesse Jackson was a Democrat.
And,
and then they lose somewhere, and then they're like, "Oh well, I'm still gonna run."
They told us we were throwing our vote away with the push party, didn't they? Sat right there, black people from the South Side of Chicago. Sat right there and said, "You vote for that nigga," just like that. You vote for that dumb nigga. You throwing your vote away. You just as dumb as him. Now, why would a black man talk like that to a young brother that's just trying to find his way out there? Let me get the music going. I want to hear your.
You want to hear my real opinion? Well, personally, I guess I can't hear it because you're on mute. So if you're playing it. That guy.
Yeah, but my point is, he was a black man. And what I'm saying is,
got us saying African American.
Yeah.
And all kinds of crap. And knows damn well he's Indian.
Yeah, and now he's pushing hard to get sweet Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill.
I don't know if he pushing anything. He retired because you seen him lately. He's not looking too good. I do.
I mean, we all get there at some point. Yeah, we all get there. We all
so
get there at some point
I
if
hope
we're lucky.
everything's good for him and
Yeah.
all, but
Yeah.
still a piece of shit for what he's done.
What he's done. All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he was a historical other. There's been many others. Others, that you can't really think about him or talk about him a lot. Oh, what's his name? He started out. What's his name? The wacky socialist. That's how they put him. That's the role he's playing. Big Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was still, I think he's still independent. He's not all the way Democrat out there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And he won. He was senator somewhere or something.
Yeah. He had to step down and concede to Hillary, who was once a
Delaware. Where the hell is he? Gotta be the smallest place.
Yeah, but there's no black people. Vermont, I think he's from Vermont. And then
And
Hillary
there ain't
Clinton.
no people.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know what's going on. They're out there, they're inbred. And then you got Hillary Clinton self. She's president of the young conservatives, as a young girl out there. Those richer areas in the west suburbs where if her brother at that time would have driven around there, he was going to get pulled over and potentially pistol whipped. And now she's the savior. You people are stupid. I'm not biting my tongue no more, man. Y'all stupid and y'all borderline rainbows, bro. All right? Y'all like to take y'all gloves off and talk y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? All right? All right. Don't get me started. And big ups to the people, however you live and you choose that and you vote your way. But just because you're gay doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean you're wrong either. Doesn't mean you're smart just because you're gay. All right? Doesn't mean you're stupid. But just because you're gay, you're not smarter than me. Fuck's wrong with the world? All right. So let's get to 2024. This is where we are. So we got Jill Stein, 74. Now, Green Party. Okay. I've said on this show before, if I wasn't so programmed, I'd probably be a registered Green Party person. You know what I mean? But I don't want people to think I'm some sort of treat hugging, queer.
Commie.
Yeah, it's socialist. I mean, those are the labels. You know what I mean? If I'd have walked around Ray School and said my parents in the Green Party, they probably would have put me in the slow classes. You know what I mean? That being said, there was a lot of libertarians though around there, Hyde Park. But like you said, they lean a certain way, then they come out and vote Republican. Right. So let's call a spade a spade. But we're on Jill Stein, 74, too old. Current and former roles. That's exactly how they said it. So roles. Physician. So she played a role as a physician. She practicing physician. She played a role as an environmental activist. And she announced her thing for the presidency on November 9, 2023. She's running on self-described pro-worker. I like that. Anti-war. I like that. Climate action agenda. Okay. Stein's making her third bid for the White House. Harvard educated self. See, it's much of the same shit. Because even when we get to the black dude, what's his name? The wacky, looks like he stuck his finger in a electric socket. Comes out there, you're on. Dr. Cornel West. Yeah. This guy. They're all like Ivy League educated, man. Okay, but she's a Harvard educated physician from Massachusetts. She ran as the Green Party candidate in 2012 and 2016. She also ran for governor of Massachusetts in 2002 and 2010. She's never been elected. She's never been elected to any office. Steen drew just 1% of the popular vote in 2016, yet some Democrats insist that her presence in the race, that 1%, so drew support away from Hillary Rotten Clinton, and states that the Democratic nominee, blah blah blah. What's your take on this? This is Jill Stein. That's Jill Stein. We just landed out there for you.
Yeah, well, Jill Stein could quite possibly be spoil us. Get out there and take a few votes away from.
Yeah,
it's a sham. Let's just call it what it is.
But a paid spoilers.
Yeah, it's
right?
a sham. It's a sham.
Mm-hmm. See, people accuse guys like me of being a spoilers, but I'm not taking any money from anywhere. I'm just speaking my truth. I mean, I don't want anybody to think the Republican Party gave us, some cash out there.
Yeah, we don't like them either. So I mean, that's the whole thing. That's what everybody thinks, that because you don't like the Democrats, that you're a Republican, and a Republican. We're not that either. We're independent. Got independent thought.
Are you saying a person can be in a situation where they can't stand the folks, but that don't necessarily mean that they're brothers, right? That don't mean that they're vice lords or Blackstones because they hate gangsters, right? Yeah.
It's possible to hate it all.
Yes.
It is possible for that.
And they can have their reasons.
Definitely have their reasons.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the only reason I brought him up, he's playing a role, Junior. He stepped down.
Yeah.
He was a former Democrat.
I know.
He was born in it.
Well, he could have disrupted. He definitely could disrupt it.
Oh, yeah.
He chose to get out. That was
all they had to do is run some video of his brothers getting killed. Boy, let me run his campaign self up. Hell yeah. I was just ran video American public. He's a hero. His daddy and uncle got murdered. You know what I mean? Rest their souls. Current and former roles: author, environmental lawyer. He's an anti-vaxxer self. He said he left the Democrats because what he said is that they used to be a party for the people, and he said they've sold out to the big corporate conglomerates. Well, that's what he said, and he would probably know. He's a Kennedy.
I'm just gonna say, yeah. I mean, Trump says the same thing, so it's somebody on both sides of the aisle talking about it.
The problem is, the Republicans have sold out to the same people too.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what's disingenuous about what Trump spews. If he sat there and he came out to America and he said he was independent, he's not running on none of this shit, I'm kicking down the doors of the establishment, then that's what he would be doing. But he's a little bitch, you know what I mean? And he went there and chose a side.
He chose a side. He said they were stupider and it could be easier.
He flipped. Yeah, he did.
to get
to the top. And he was right. But are they stupider? Or are they just using them? Who's pimping who around here?
Yeah, they're all in the same family anyway.
Who's pimping who?
That's why you know there's some shadiness going on.
Because he used to play the role as a Democrat.
Yeah, I mean, well, he said he paid both sides. So,
and then he flipped. So, me personally, I don't respect people who flip. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like the lowest. I'd rather you just never have done nothing. You know what I mean?
Man, one of the founders of the Black Panthers in Oakland said that Trump funded them.
Trump?
Yeah, he said Donald Trump was a good guy and funded them.
Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, man, if you can get Trump to free you from jail and Trump to write a check for the Self Luv Show and you calling Kamala and they're hanging up on you, I mean, shit. At the end of the day, I know he scares the shit out of these migrants. They're getting arrogant out here, y'all.
Yeah.
We got
nothing.
nothing.
He's trying to let them vote, too, so that's...
Man, I would change the Statue of Liberty. I'd chisel that shit right off. I'd be like Trump. I'd get some migrants to do the work. Chisel that shit off. I say, send me your women under 25, your children under the age of 7. And you men can, if you broke, stay your ass at home. That would be right under the thing. That's the new America, man. You know what I'm saying? We already built this shit. Like, you understand? Yeah, I mean, big ups to everybody. All right, but Kennedy, he's the son of RFK. who was assassinated, as we all know, during his 1968 primary campaign, and a nephew of President John F. Kennedy. He's an author and a trial lawyer who specializes in environmental law. Early in his career, that's the role he played. He has emerged over the last decades and a half as leading voice of anti-vax movement work. Yeah, I saw him in some videos with my man from Compton. I can never think of his name. Yeah, yeah. Which intensified during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2021, Kennedy released a book, The Real Anthony Fauci. I'm gonna have to read that. He on his ass.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that either. Which disparaged the leading public health official to the point where we haven't seen this son of a bitch. Yeah, we haven't seen it.
They said that some people said that he got unalived a while back or whatever for his stuff, and it's been double or something shown. To listen to crazy, conspiracy theorists. Wacky. Tin hat guys.
You know what I mean? They don't know what they're talking about. All right. Though he enjoys the name recognitions inherent with the Kennedy lineage, his anti-vax activism has been widely criticized, including by members of his own family, puts himself on the fringes, this is the role he's playing, of the Democratic Party. Kennedy, who began his White House bid as a Democrat, decided to flip in October to run independent. Now let's get to Cornel West.
Oh boy,
he's competent.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
He's I ain't gonna lie, bro. I lean Green Party, and sometimes I'll vote Republican just to fuck the Democrats. So I can be like, oh, black men, where they at? Ain't no real black men voting for Republicans. Shit, I go out there, motherfucking. You know what I mean? You're not gonna control me, a little bitch. You got to give me something. Nobody cares if you're queer. Nobody cares if you're queer, but that doesn't mean you get everything and I get nothing. Is that fair?
Well, I'm, as an independent, I want to hear what's going to serve me
and your family.
And if it's not going to serve me and mine, then I keep it flying.
I mean, and that's more than fair. I mean, that seems like a rational way. I think that's the way most humans in America vote. When you talk to them about what they're voting.
No.
Oh, you're right.
No. Most people just vote based on
TV and pomp and circumstance.
Well, most of our people, skin folk,
that's what I mean.
Not kinfolk. Skin folk, not kinfolk. They just vote on the party. They don't vote because it benefits them or they get into They just vote because they've been voting.
I got a grown man talking about abortion
since the 70s. When was Lyndon Johnson? Since then. Well, kind of since the New
76,
Deal.
72.
Well, not
the 80s.
Kind of since the New Deal. So maybe Franklin Delano Roosevelt. When the Depression or whatever, but really since the 70s.
Well, D.L. Hughley said that Biden's deal was the best thing for America since FDR.
He's a paid shill. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to despair my brother. He's a so-called king of comedy and all of that, but the way he acts, he's got that 21st century masculinity going on.
100%.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah. Some of these guys, they've been out there in WeHo a little too long. West Hollywood out there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So,
all right, but we're at Cornel West. All right, he's 71. Okay, too old. He's independent. Current and former roles.
71.
Yeah. All right. So early in life, he played the role as an activist and a philosopher and an intellectual and an author. Okay. He announced his bid for the presidency on June 5th, 2023, and I hadn't heard shit about it. I mean, damn, is he just stealing money? Like, I ain't even got a YouTube video. We ought to send him something, see if he'll come on the Self Luv Show.
Yeah, well, you got to look for it, because once he decided to do that, then he disappeared from media.
Ain't that crazy?
Well, most of the
Trump doesn't do that.
Well, I'm just saying he didn't disappear from media. I'm saying he disappeared from media. It wasn't his choice. Wasn't his choice.
Oh, it's coming. He's building a burger.
He's blackballed once he. Truth.
Yeah, because he be going in.
You don't see him on. You don't see him on anything, and it's not because he don't want to do anything. He's running for president. Believe you me.
So you're saying take this check or take this bullet? Those are your choices. So we almost did to Trump. And this 20-year-old kid stuff, they cannot find a footprint. You're telling me that they can't find one digital footprint of the alleged shooter in the Trump assassination attempt.
Oh, that's all the first. The stuff that's come out,
He has no digital footprint, even when he was a kid. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, it's a farce. I don't even know if that existed. I don't know.
Crooks.
I'm just saying they got somebody, whatever. They say that his body was taken and they had his body and then it disappeared and then it got cremated.
Crooks. Ain't seen his family and nobody. Or they chased around somebody at Walmart. Remember? His dad's overweight gentleman. Yeah. Shit. A couple of carts full of food. Get away from me. I'm trying to go cook. All right, let's get on. I'm hungry. Big ups to him. All right. 71, independent. Bio. He's a longtime activist whose work centers on race and class. West entered the presidential race under the banner of the People's Party, a third party leftist group, but is now running independent. West is a public intellectual and socialist who has been active in Democratic politics for decades and backed by the socialist Senator Bernie Sanders' Democratic presidential primary run in 2016 and 2020. Now, this is his quote. I enter in the quest for truth. I enter in the quest for justice. And the presidency is just one vehicle to pursue that truth and justice, something I've been trying to do all my life. I think that's worth my vote. If he wasn't the Loma Booty, he'd have my vote right away.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't know if he was at the Epstein Island?
I don't care about none of this part because any of these candidates, because the president is selected, not elected. So I'm voting for Tory Wordsmith. And that's that. That's all. And it's interesting, but revolution ain't gonna be on YouTube, but this shit's gonna crash and burn.
All right. Now we got Chase Oliver, 39. Okay. He's a librarian. Okay.
Libertarian.
Yeah. He's Yeah, he's a librarian. Former and former roles. The only role he's ever played is an activist. Okay, up until this point. After 2 unsuccessful bids to represent red state Georgia in the House of Representatives and Senate, Oliver announced in 23 that he was aiming higher. Kind of like his ambition, huh? Running for the president, damn it. You know what I mean? I tried to be neophyte of the year and ran for that. Didn't get it. And I'm going for national poll. Damn it. That's where I'm going. I ain't mad at him. He is campaigning on the Libertarian Party platform, focused on limiting government overreach, lowering federal spending, expanding your gun rights out there, self, and reforming the immigration system. Oliver started his political career by opposing the Iraq War. He was officially selected as a Libertarian nominee as the party's national convention. Mike Mott, an economist, is the Libertarians Party vice presidential nominee. Okay. That's all you got. That's all you got. You got your write-ins.
I don't know. It's a guy. I don't know if he's not talked about at all, but he's all over the internet talking about he's running for president. He's got free land for you. You can get you a free house. His name's Michael Tanner. I don't know what that all entails or if it's actually any truth to it whatsoever.
Yeah. You had people talking about, it was a little Asian guy talking about $2,500 a month for every American citizen, and people called him crazy. Wouldn't vote for him.
That dude's a actual senator or congressman or somebody. Yeah, but this guy is not. He's got some stuff going on.
They wouldn't even hear him out. So he had me at an extra $2,500 a month.
Yeah, they're not gonna. It's asinine. They're printing it. They're printing it anyway. So
yeah,
the IMF has got this country because they fuel both sides with the lobbyists, and they're steering our country to one world government. So
thanks.
The Self Luv Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
We do it for the people.
The Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show.
To expose, there's no equal.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
Tory Wordsmith 9 Mills.
The Self Luv Show.
You know how the story goes. It's the Self Luv Show. Yo. It's that time. Y'all know how it goes. We talked about definitions and inscriptions. Now we're going to get into what we really know. Well, for sure, got a few videos and edutain you. And we be right back at you.
And I don't trust Kamala either. I can appreciate characteristics and not trust the whole package. When I was on No Jumper, because they asked me a question, they thought I was going to go in the direction they wanted me to go in.
That's right.
I said, I like Trump. Because at times, when he speaks the truth, he speaks.
Yeah.
When he doesn't like you, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah.
But then he also lies too. But they all do. That's politics. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said politic means multiple bloodsuckers.
Come on.
But politics, you must lie once you get to a certain level.
That's right.
Local politicians, can't really lie that much because the evidence is obvious. And I can pull up on you. You're supposed to be at your weekly meeting where the people can come in and address, issues. Then once they start getting to state assembly person, governor and all that, the further they get away from people, the closer they get to corporations. If we do not fund them as they go, then they say like, I'm sorry y'all, but they paying my checks. I'm gotta do for them, but I'm gonna make you think I'm doing for you. That's how it goes. It's politics. My major in college was political science.
The force that was used was just totally inappropriate. The language that was being used.
Tangible Host Sheriff Gerald Sticker said that Kelly future criminal charges could be filed against the former officer. We reached out to the sheriff's office for a copy of Kelly's body cam footage, but have not heard back yet. Sylvia?
Who the fuck hired that guy? Never mind. I can't understand a word coming out of his mouth. Oh, you talking about the cop. All right. Big ups David Hamilton. I'm talking about that newscaster.
Both of them were just as bad, actually.
Yeah, it's probably a distraction.
Yeah, maybe he just had a bad day. I don't know.
It's a distraction. Maybe the cop had a bad day.
Yeah, no, the cop can't have a bad day.
Yeah, it's like a pilot. Yeah, in my opinion, the people should be offended by that. Your dwelling is supposed to be, they can't just come into your dwelling, bro.
No, not at all.
Without
There's a whole amendment that talks about that.
Edgar Evers did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. Dr. King did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. The purpose behind Fannie Lou Hamer's Voting Rights Act was for black people to be in a position to use their vote so they could receive tangibles. Voting is not supposed to be a symbol. Voting is supposed to be a power transaction. You want my vote? We want your resources. Steve Harvey said they can't give us no reparations.
If we don't vote, how we gonna ask for something next time? If you ain't got no voting power, you talking about reparations. Ain't nobody finna give you no reparations and you don't vote? Why you think they finna give us some money? No how, man. Why you think they finna give us some money? No how, man. I hope they do. They owe us. I'll go down there.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
the Aganowski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find, even in a desert, when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
If we were educated, we would know that Kamala Harris is part of the Boule. We would know that those organizations have been in existence for hundreds of years. And if they are planning 500 years in advance, how can you compete if you don't educate yourself? Barack Obama, Trump, and Biden, none of them did anything for any of us. And Kamala Harris is gonna follow that same trend. She might smile in your face, she might have caramel skin, she might pour hot sauce on her food.
You have no idea. This is how my mother kept all of her stuff.
At the end of the day, she's not gonna do anything for us. And when we realize that none of them are gonna do anything for us, and we gotta start our own, we'll be better off. The first government is a husband and wife and a family, and then the extended family. And if that husband and that wife is not financially planning for the future, they're gonna suffer.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They're so ignorant,
ignorant.
man. Ignorant. They're so
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to Chicago,
South
Illinois.
Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. Goes on. Self Love Show. Don't stop. We're back. Gonna expand the conversation for the Self Love Nation. Gonna keep it 100. No
Hey, there was some chatter in the chat, bro.
Okay. I ain't even check it out.
Yeah, JJ said, Dempsey Dent said Jesse Jackson was an opportunist.
All the time. It always will be.
Yeah.
Man, all the way back to being involved with the King assassination.
Facts. Hey, was the music playing?
It's playing.
That's crazy. How's it playing?
The Self Love Show?
Yeah, you hearing that music?
Yeah.
That's bizarre. All right, let me stop sharing.
It's the Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. We do it for our people. Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show.
You probably heard it, but I don't think.
To expose, they don't equal. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. Wordsmith 9 Mills.
Is it playing through your phone or something else?
Yeah, I think I'm in a loop. Yeah. I'm in a loop.
Okay, but it probably ain't playing. You're not sharing, are you?
Yeah, I don't think I'm sharing. You don't hear it, do you?
Yeah, I hear it.
That's crazy.
It's not playing out loud there.
There we go.
Now it stopped.
Just say yes, kids. Just say yes sometimes. All right. All right, so y'all know what we on. The others. Off-color U.S. presidential candidates blocking out the white noise.
It's not fair. It's not a competition because, it's kind of how, it's metaphorically, it's kind of how life is for copper-colored people.
That's right.
It's a whole system that's set up that you're outside of, even though you might be better for the situation. It's
100%.
ironic. It's ironic.
Yeah.
Those people that skin folk, they definitely ain't kinfolk. Because all of the presidents, except for two, same bloodline. They're all blood related. All of them. It's amazing. And, they tried to act like it wasn't true. And they would be like, it's conspiracy theory until a fifth grader did a science project or whatever. And
fifth grader, huh?
Yeah. They didn't believe anybody until a fifth grader did the genealogy.
Pink kid.
Not copper colored, but not pink.
Copperish, some sort of. All right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Now.
Copperish.
Reparations. Okay. Vice President Harris has expressed support for reparations for Black people. Okay. As her presidential campaign.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. We've read one line here, there, fella. All right. Hold on. Get a notepad and write down what your rebuttals go. All right. Yeah, because this might cover it. Last Sunday, President Joe Biden dropped out of the race and endorsed Harris following weeks of inter-party fighting, allegedly, among Democrats on whether he should pass the torch after his poor performance at the debate against dummy Trump. Since then, Asked about the issue of reparations by the publication The Root, Harris threw her support behind the concept of measures aimed to atone for the United States legacy of slavery and discrimination against your so-called copper colors. Okay, that's her right there, smiling. I think there has to be some form of reparations, and we could discuss what that is. But look, we're looking at more than 200 years of slavery. We're looking at almost 100 years of Jim Crow. We're looking at legalized segregation, and in fact, segregation on so many levels that exists today based on race. And there has not been any kind of intervention done understanding the harm and damage that occurred to correct the course. And so we are seeing the effects of all those years play out still today. All right, Brother Wordsmith.
Yeah, well,
you know,
she's blowing smoke.
I mean, those are her words.
When? From what?
The Root asked her that question, but she didn't say. Let me stop the share. Yeah, but you gotta look at what she really said. She'd be willing to take a look at having discussions.
Well,
I
saw when Al Sharpton asked her about it.
Look at who she's talking to.
She said,
sitting there with Carl. All right, go ahead. My bad.
He's got the off perm. You know.
Okay.
He might not be perm no more. He might just get his.
All right.
21st century. Yeah, 21st century. Well, that's 20th century.
Al Sharpton seems okay.
Not quite masculine, but no, he's not. He's Jesse Jackson Jr.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, asked about reparations.
I'm gonna name my next cat
she
Al
said,
Sharpton.
He asked her if you get to be president and reparation bills put on your desk, will you sign it? And I ain't seen no interview that she's done since she's been the presidential candidate. Like, it's not really been any. She ain't talked about her. I mean, just the non-interviews like Steve Harvey and Al Sharpton. I ain't seen her really talk about her platform or anything, but I digress. She said that when I become president, if the bill gets to my desk, I will sign it.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. That's a long way from
I support and I'm going to push it.
And it's a long way from no. I'm not going to specifically do anything for Black people. No.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that's the real of what she meant, and her political satire is what I'll call what she's doing now is
hold it. And Israel
yearly.
is one of the most
Yearly.
per capita richest countries in the world, and we assist them. Items or deal breakers for a candidate. You personally, like for president.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, not that it matters.
Well, I mean, we'll just. I mean, I don't have any. You know, I don't trust any of them, and I don't mess with any of them. I vote for Tory Wordsmith. So no matter what they say or what they do, they all suck dick like a crackhead prostitute.
Hey, big ups to the crackhead prostitutes. So what you're saying is, if John Doe came out there and said, "This is my plan for reparations, and this is how I'm going to get a check in your pocket," wouldn't matter to you. If he's on, wouldn't matter to you.
If this system is as it is, and there's electoral college that selects the president, then no. I have no faith in any of one that would be propagated and put in a position and selected by.
So because of the electoral college, which doesn't make a decision, the electoral college literally, they only do what the American public does until the American public goes too far. So you're not even willing to challenge that system and vote for someone that goes against the grain of what they may do, and then have them come out and piss off America and say, well, no, we're going with this other guy. So you're okay with business as usual, status quo, just let it happen. Is that what you're saying? Am I misunderstanding something?
Well, yeah, completely misunderstanding, because I'm not taking part with the process. It's a clown show. And since they want it to be some bullshit and clownness, I'm going to do what's best for me and vote for Tory Wordsmith.
Okay, that's fair. My hot button items. We got to secure these damn borders. I'm driving through the so-called African American communities, and it's looking like a third world country. There's no investment in businesses. There's no money for that. There's no, hey, brother Wordsmith, you can run a program over here. We know who you are. You haven't been in and out of prison or what have you. And if you were, big ups. You served your time. But we know who you are. We know what you did. We have a record of who you are in this country. You have a credit report. You got all this and that. You can start a program, and here's some money. Here's a whole lot of money. You can get this going over here. You can get this studio going because the money is there. So
it's slated for there, but the empowerment zones always get their money siphoned, and it never goes there. Never goes there.
Never. They always create another emergency. It's like when somebody owes you money. Stop this because they're gonna ding this. Fair use. When somebody owes you money, they can always come up with a reason, another emergency. This happened, that happened. I'm gonna have your money. This happened, that happened, that happened. And that's how they've been doing, in my opinion. The copper people, since they stole our land and then stole us from our land. And that's what they've been doing ever since. Yeah, we got this ready for you. Oh, there's a war. Surely we can't. You guys go fight that war. All our money's going towards this war right now.
Well, and locally in Chicago, they've peeled back the money and distributed to the people that came here and ain't doing nothing. The people that were shipped here by, Texas. I'm just gonna keep it 100. The people that were shipped here by Texas have been getting the empowerment.
Let me ask you something. Why don't the people get buses and then ship them to the rich neighborhoods where the people are making all the decisions, right outside those gated communities? Just bus them right over there.
Texas did that too. They did that for a second, but it didn't.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Texas.
I'm
talking about the people in Chicago and the people in LA when they drop them off in the under.
Might as well pay for them to be here.
Go ahead, bro. My bad. You say what?
Might as well pay for them to fucking be here. Goddamn it, to pay some more money to send their ass somewhere else. It's
okay. So the point I'm trying to make here is the same way Texas sent them here so that everybody could feel their pain. These assholes who are making these decisions, they don't deal with it. So let's bust them to those communities that aren't the red zones and drop them off there and let them deal with it.
Yeah, they got money to bust them back.
Well, just have them in their neighborhoods, popping up tents, and you know what I mean.
That's what should happen. They shouldn't be in hotels and get all this fucking EBT.
I'm a solutionist. I don't complain for the sake of complaining. Let's get some. What do you call it, Self? Let's get some GoFundMe going, and we're going to start busing some of these migrants to the Beverly Hills, you know what I mean, and dropping them off. That's where the decisions are being made.
Yeah, they've been sending them to those places, but those people, they disperse them motherfuckers. They don't, and it's very quiet. There's no media about them being dropped off there.
Yeah, well, we're media, so
yeah.
Here's Couch 2024. Some pro-reparations activists are encouraging Black voters to stay home, which I don't agree with. But is something they said. They were talking like to a Trump presidency, but I say they should be saying this to whoever the candidate is. A Trump presidency would set us far back in regards to reparations. The lines of communication are very much more open with the Biden administration thus far. They've been listening to advocates and leaders in Congress on the urgent need for this stuff. See, with the Biden, well, what they'll do is talk about it and kick it down the can and have these meetings and never vote on it, like what just happened in California. And Trump's not even going to. Well, what Trump said is it's not going to happen. But I don't think he didn't say he disagreed. He just said what most Black people say. It's not going to happen.
Like I said, he listened to it before the election.
Yeah,
and they keep saying we'll get to it, and then they never do. And it's a whole.
All right.
Democrat
All right.
policy.
So the strategy we're employing is if no presidential candidate is going to give us reparations, it's okay to sit out the election. Tariq Nasheed. When we have an unjust system that's going to continue to be unjust, we only legitimize it by sitting there supporting it, knowing that they'll do nothing for us. For me, I don't want to go there. One poll last month found that a share of Black voters who say they are certain to vote is substantially lower now than at the same time in 2020. Another showed support growing for former President Donald Trump among Black voters over 20%. Trump won 8% of the Black vote in 2020. Despite Biden campaign efforts messaging to draw a heavy distinction between the parties, one speaker at this blah, blah, blah. Democrats, to your point, Tori, often try to give a facade of being a party that's for us by creating good cop, bad cop. That's what the whole thing is. Situation. I don't care if you think you're not as bad as the Republicans. You're both equally bad in my eyes if you're not offering us anything.
Exactly.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
You know, they're crapulous. They tell you, we're the people, we're the people. They bring out Michelle Obama. They bring out Obama. They bring them out, you know, all this word spell.
Salad.
It's a spell. It was a spell. It's magic. They act like, you know, it's not, and it's all a spell. And, you know, they bring out somebody that looks like you, sort of, kind of in a way, but not quite. You can see that it's not actual. Yeah. You can see that it's not actual, and you ignore it because of skin tone. It's diabolical. That's what I'd say. You know, it's diabolical. And they come with the complete marketing and everything, and come with all of the lies to make you feel that you know, she's a home girl. You know, he's not a person that you eulogized, the KKK senator.
I mean, the FOP
called our children roaches, and if you get them in your school system, they'll never get out of it.
The FOP created her, and Crime Bill Biden selected her as his vice president. Like, what are these guys looking at?
I can't quite think of the dude's name, but he's in the background that has been behind her since she was screwing the governor to get where she got.
So here's a graduate from Morehouse. What is democracy if Black men are being killed in the street? If Black men are being killed on the streets, we bear witness. For me, that means to call out the poison of white supremacy, to root out systematic racism. Of course, it's true that Black men are being killed on the streets. Far more Black men died at the hands of other Black men than died at the hands of white supremacists or any white people at all, which that's a whole nother conversation. Instead of a trail of broken promises, we're investing more money than ever in Black families and Black communities. We're reconnecting Black neighborhoods cut off by old highways, and decades of disinvestment where no one cared about the community. We've delivered checks in pockets to reduce Black child poverty to the lowest rate in history. We're removing every lead pipe. Listen to what the Democrats are doing. Instead of a trail of broken promises, yeah, they're fixing stuff that they're telling you that how they were poisoning us. You know what I mean?
They're not even fixing it. That's all lip services.
Yeah. And they're going to hire a bunch of migrants to do the work. Instead of a trail of
I'm going to say this. The worst cities and towns in this country, well, that they say the most crime, the most murders, every single one of them is run by Democrats and for a long time. That's why I call them Democrats.
Of those people don't vote, though.
That's why I call them Democrats.
Yeah, but a good percentage of those people don't vote.
You're right, because they don't get nothing, and it's just more of the same. I hear you. I understand what you're saying, If we could galvanize those people, we can get that out of there. But it's so rooted that
I know.
You know that
No, I
it's
hear
gonna,
you.
Yeah. So and the other side is really no better. So we got to come with alternative. That's the whole truth of the matter. And
Facts.
probably why we are having this show to discuss the viability and the importance of having this. And we need to make them put these candidates with the other parties. It has to be like can't be worse or worser. Those can't be the options.
Yeah, rancid chicken or rancid fish. Those are your options.
That can't be the options.
I don't want to. We already
Yeah.
spent. I'm trying to find what they said was the solution because
They don't really, and it's going to be not a solution anyway.
we're
So-
putting black people in control.
It's ridiculous, man.
Okay, here's what they're saying. A candidate could say, you can go to any college you can get into, and Uncle Sam will pay the tuition. We're putting copper-colored people in control of 16 or more years of education. That's not enough. When any child descended from enslaved people is born, the federal government will put a $10,000 check in a retirement account invested in a low fee index fund. Every year, the feds will put in another stack until the child reaches the age of 18. Once the children start a paying job, the employee's part of the Social Security will go into the same account to be then matched by the District of Columbia. Every black child descended from enslaved people will retire at 67 as more than a millionaire as part of the owner class in our capitalist union. They can then pass that money on, given the kind of generational wealth that African Americans have watched white people pass on for years. And because their employer paid into the Social Security on their behalf, they'll still get Social Security benefits. And finally, let's take the billion spent on Section 8 housing subsidies and turn it into a massive home ownership program. ownership for descendants of enslaved people climbing the economic ladder. Let's abolish the top income tax rate. And for Black people who can set aside some money of their own to invest, we'll cut the capital gains tax in half. I'm almost finished. This isn't some special handout for African Americans. This vision of an ownership society is what we all want. We're just welcoming the descendants of enslaved people to some change. So
I know I'm going to introduce something.
Go ahead, bro.
Most people ain't talking about or heard of. Let's go back to the land patents and pay what you owe. And if you don't want to, get the fuck out.
Facts. Facts. All right, and then that's all good. Facts, bro.
We protected ourselves in a way that if they want to deal with law, how they propose that they have set the laws, then it is what it is.
All right, so we'll go green real quick. All human beings must be allowed a say in decisions that affect their lives. No one should be subject to the will of another, like self-driving cars driving through your neighborhood. We work to improve public participation in every aspect of government and seek to ensure that our public representatives are fully accountable to the people who elected them. We also work to create new types of political organizations that expand the process of participation. I'm not going to read all of this. Social justice. All persons have the opportunity to benefit equally from the resources afforded us by society and the environment. We must constantly confront in ourselves, our organizations, and society at large any discrimination by race, class, gender, sex orientation, blah, 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 or physical mental ability that denies fair treatment. Ecological wisdom. Human societies must function with the understanding that we are part of nature, not separate from nature. Nonviolence. It is essential that we develop effective alternatives to society's current patterns of violence. We will work to demilitarize and eliminate weapons of mass destruction without being naive about the intentions of other governments. We recognize the need for self-defense and the self-defense of others who are in danger. We promote nonviolent methods to oppose practices and policies with which we disagree, and will guide our actions, blah, blah, blah. Decentralization, community-based economics. We support redesigning our work structures to encourage employee ownership and workplace democracy. We support developing new economic activities and institutions that allow us to use tech in ways to blah, blah, blah. Feminine and gender equity. We have inherited a social system based on male domination of politics and economics. We call for the replacement of the cultural ethics of domination and control with cooperative ways of interacting that respect differences of opinion and gender. Human values such as gender equity, interpersonal responsibility, and honesty must be developed with moral conscience. We recognize that the processes for determining our decisions and actions are just as important as achieving the outcomes we want. Respect for diversity, personal and global responsibility, future focus, and sustainability. Our actions and policies should be motivated by long-term goals. We seek to protect valuable natural resources, safely disposing of our making all waste we create while developing a sustainable economics that do not depend on continual expansion for survival. We must counterbalance the drive for short-term profit by assuring that economic development, new technologies, and fiscal policies responsible to future generations who will inherit the results of our actions. We must make the quality of all our lives. We must make the quality of all lives rather than open-ended economic growth the focus of future thinking and policy. All right, we should take on their word salad.
Well, it's magic, word magic, and they have broken every single treaty that they've ever made with us since they got here.
Oh, the Green Party?
Them people as a whole. Republican, Libertarian.
Gotcha.
Yes. Every treaty, so I don't trust they word magic anymore. I've been cured of it. It sounds good, though. I will say that. It sounds like it's trying to be near fair and
Yeah, I mean,
I hear that, but I think that the pushback can be more than them because their thing, I don't know if it's about lobbying and all of that. But I hear you though, because if they got the most money, they can just go directly to the people and they ain't got to be legal or.
well, as libertarians, we seek a world of liberty, a world in which all individuals are sovereign over their own lives and are not forced to sacrifice their values for the benefit of others. We believe that respect for individual rights is the essential precondition for a free and prosperous world. That force and fraud must be banished from human relationships, and that only through freedom can peace and prosperity be realized. And I'm saying all of this is fine, but you guys have already had a head start. Cut that check, and then we can go from there. But consequently, we defend each person's right to engage in any activity that is peaceful and honest, and welcome the diversity that freedom brings. The world we seek to build is one where individuals are free to follow their own dreams in their own ways without interference from any government or any authoritarian tyranny of power. And go ahead, bro.
Hey, well, this sounds like to me it'd be perfect. I mean, I know they try to have it based on them, but we excel and do better than them at everything all the time. And if this is true to its words, which is, it's magic because they lie and cheat on everything. If this was put in place, we would supersede them in a matter of.
Yeah, then they built more highways. Now, we, the members of the Libertarian Party, challenge the cult of the omnipotent state and defend the rights of the individual. We hold that all individuals have the right to exercise sole dominion over their own lives and have the right to live in whatever manner they choose, so long as they do not forcibly interfere with the equal right of others to live in whatever manner they choose. Governments throughout history have regularly operated on the opposite principle that the state has the right to dispose of the lives of individuals and the fruits of their labor. Even within the United States, all political parties other than our own grant to government the right to regulate the lives of individuals and seize the fruits of their labor without their consent. We, on the contrary, deny the right of any government to do these things and hold where government exists, they must not violate the rights of any individual, namely, 1, the right to life. Accordingly, we support the prohibition of the initiation of physical force against others. 2, the right to liberty of speech and action. Accordingly, we oppose all attempts by government to abridge the freedom of speech and press, as well as government censorship in any form. The right to property. Accordingly, we oppose all government interference with private property, such as confiscation, nationalization, and eminent domain, and support the prohibition of robbery, trespass, fraud, and misrepresentation. Since governments, when instituted, must not violate individual rights, We oppose all interference by governments in the areas of voluntary and contractual relations amongst individuals. People should not be forced to sacrifice their lives and property for the benefit of others. They should be left free by government to deal with one another as free traders and the resultant economic system. The only one compatible with the protection of individual rights is the free market. Yes, word. Sounds good. Sounds really good.
Exactly. It is word magic and does sound good. But they don't stay to their word, period.
Well, you just don't know, self-ownership, individuals own their bodies and have rights over them.
Gotta have that.
We support full freedom of expression.
Yeah.
Privacy. Libertarians advocate
gotta have
individual
that.
privacy and government transparency.
Yes, you gotta have that.
Personal relationships. Sexual orientation, preference, gender, or gender identity should have no impact on government's treatment of individuals, such as in current marriage, child custody, adoption, immigration, or military service laws. Government does not have the authority to define, promote, license, or restrict personal relationships, regardless of the number of participants. Consenting adults should be free to choose their own sexual practices and free R. Kelly. Until such times as the government stops its illegitimate practice of marriage licensing, such licensing must be granted to all consenting adults who apply. Parental rights. Parents or other guardians have the right to raise their children according to their own standards and beliefs, provided the rights of the children to be free from abuse and neglect are also protected. Adults' rights. Once individuals are presumed to have adequate judgment to vote and serve on a jury or in the military, they should also be presumed to have sufficient judgment to decide their own purchase and use of alcohol, tobacco, firearms, cannabis, and engage in other activities currently restricted by the government due to age. Crime and justice. Government force must be limited to the protection of rights of individuals to life, liberty, and property, and governments must never be permitted to violate these rights. Laws should be limited in their application to violations of rights of others through force or fraud or to deliberate actions that place others involuntarily at significant risk of harm. Therefore, we favor the repeal of all laws creating crimes without victims. We've talked about that, such as gambling, the use of drugs for medicinal or recreational purposes, and consensual transactions involving sexual services out there. What's his name? The quarterback for we support restitution to the victim to the fullest degree possible at the expense of the criminal or the negligent wrongdoer, the constitutional rights of the criminally accused, including due process, a speedy trial, blah, 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 blah. Death penalty. We oppose the administration of death by the state. Self-defense. Only legitimate use of force is in defense of individual rights. So, protecting your property against aggression. Economic liberty, blah, 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 blah. Government finance, blah, blah, blah. Money and financial markets, blah, blah. Licensing, sex work. The Libertarian Party supports the decriminalization of prostitution. We assert the rights of, every pimp in America should be a libertarian. We assert the right of consenting adults to provide sexual services to clients for compensation and the rights for clients to purchase sexual services for consenting adults, labor markets, and blah, blah. Okay. Education, healthcare. We favor a free market healthcare system. Yeah, man. It's the thing about it, bro, is a lot of this is coming from the mindset of controller, which is fine, and of course they want to limit. So when they talk about things like property, those were slaves allegedly, so of course they want to stop the government from bullying you from having slaves.
I can see that could be the opinion.
Yes.
It could be the opposite too.
Good.
And as I said before, I think we'll dominate them in every way if it's an equal free market. But I know this is, word magic, word salad, like you said.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, we got to take something somewhere, and we can't really deal with it inside of this system. This system needs to go away because it's inherently a problem. They squeeze it down to two sides that are bad or badder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, depending on your point of view and your reference.
Yeah, they still to both sides. It's the lesser of two evils.
Yes,
and the fact that we have to decide on an evil means the whole thing needs to crash. It has to.
What was it, bro? Beef or chicken? You know what I mean?
Man,
that was so brilliant, man. Just brilliant. That
yeah,
man, whoever came up with that. You know what I mean? You got something in your mind, and what you're getting is, oh man, that was brilliant, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like,
yeah,
we have to not decide. Those choices are off the table. That's what we got to
the smart
decide.
person says, I'm a vegetarian, or I don't eat beef or chicken, or I'm not hungry. But the unwise, yeah, I'm hungry.
I want both beef and chicken.
Oh, you want the combo plate? All right, all right.
Because it ain't no vegetarian, and that's
it's beef or chicken. You know what I mean? Or
people want both, but it ain't no vegetarian option.
But being that there's only a two-part system, what we're gonna do, Self Love, we're gonna make this a two-part show. We're gonna wrap it up. But what I want to do in part two, I'm gonna break down, my demands to this government. You know what I mean? And then I want to, go further and show people I go line by line, with the major decisions I'm making. And this son of a bitch doesn't agree to anything that I want. This guy hasn't mentioned anything, you know what I mean, in his platform. Like, why would I vote for this person? Well, his last name is Jackson. He's probably black.
Well, Democrats, Republicans, they don't say anything I want to hear.
Every now and then you got some good ones that come through. The Ronald Reagans, the Barack Obamas, the Kennedys. Hey, I'm just saying, man, they motivate a nation, bro. They get out there and they make those speeches. Kennedy was writing his own speeches. So was Obama, bro.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, neither one of them was.
I mean, but that's what I was told.
That's what you was told.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Both those guys were manufactured. They were manufactured. Period.
Never heard that name before. I was like, Osama? Obama bin Laden? Okay, let's go with it. He has some word magic, though.
Barack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy, Lord, you right to sleep with those words.
He sounds a whole lot like a actor from Chicago that looks very much like him too. Like, it's a trip that he, according to sources, they,
Oh, he patterned his role after the guy from Chicago.
Oh yeah, more than pattern. He basically lived with him and got the
Stole
whole
his identity.
Man, and if you look at it, you'll be a trip if you know what it is. But
yep. But in part two, y'all, we got some good stuff lined up for y'all. I'm just basically going to suggest to people, take some time out, decide what you want. You know what I mean? Actually put that on a piece of paper, what you want, what your family wants. Cut the TV off and sit down and say, what do you want? And then go from there. And we're going to break down, how we're going to do this, like versus these candidates. I'll have more research on each candidate's position on reparations. You know what I mean? What did they actually say when they were asked about it? And if they say something different, depending on who they're in front of, then you have to believe that they're not pro reparations. Yeah, so that's what we'll get back to. The poll is up. Let's go ahead and get to the poll right quick. Big ups to sponsors, so
Huge ups to Midwest festivals. You know, they're doing amazing things. We have an event on September 21st.
Oh yeah, Ancestors in the Park, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need to put that in the chat.
Yeah.
But
and it's free.
It's free. And it's gonna be outstanding. Vibes, the frequency. You want to help us change the world? Come on out.
Kamala's gonna be there.
Huh?
I said Kamala's gonna be there. I'm just trying to help people show up.
Oh.
If you tell him, you could tell your brother, nah, I ain't gonna be able to make it, man. But Kamala Harris gonna be there. Oh, they'll line up, buy dinners and shit. You know what I mean? You tell them Bob Johnson's gonna be there. They'll show up out of nowhere and pay all this money.
Not the energy that I want there.
Yeah, I hear you.
This event is gonna change the world. We're not gonna have these puppets and these
skills.
Man,
agents.
They could stay where the hell they at.
Man. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Also, we cannot forget, bro.
No.
Cool weekends in the morning.
Trying to not.
97.1 FM.
Cool weekends in the morning with Weenie in the butt.
WQHG 97.1. 97.1. 97.1. In the morning, cool weekends.
FM.
Weenie. And the Botanic Monkey 97.1.
Cool weekends in the morning. All weekend long.
Weenie and the Butt.
In the morning.
On the radio. FM. Dickie the Punchline Donkey on Cool 97.1.
Cool weekend.
On the radio.
In the
morning.
FM.
Cool.
WQHG.
Cool weekends.
In the morning.
On 97.1.
97.1.
Weenie in the Butt. 97.1.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Oh my God.
WQHG. Turn it on and rip the knob off.
You're listening to the radio.
We have a butt.
All right. So big ups to all the sponsors, y'all. We can't do it without them. Can't do it without the sponsors.
No doubt.
All right. Now, we're in here. Gonna get to the channel, view your channel. And then once we get to the community, we can go to what the thing is here. All right. Ever voted for anyone other than RNC president candidate? So we have first option is yes all the time. 33% of the respondents. So they vote all the time. Not one of those evils. 33% of respondents said no, never, meaning they've either selected a DNC candidate or a big party RNC candidate. And then 33% said yes sometimes of the respondents. And then the another option was yes, but less than 25% of the time. No one has selected that as of yet. And then no, I've considered it, but I'm not throwing my vote away. Nobody can bring up the courage to put that in there, although they'll suggest that to you every time you talk about throwing your vote away. Yeah, nobody ever admit that. All right. So which one were you, so?
Well, we know I vote for me, so I never vote for them people.
Would you vote for yourself if the Democrats came and talked to you and he said, we need you to play the role and you run on a Democratic ticket and you could push for reparations and we'll sit down and talk about it? You know what I mean? Would you vote for yourself then? Would you vote for you if you were a Democrat or a Republican?
No. I wouldn't be. I would be an independent, and I wouldn't sell my people out.
You
to
could be
a
the spook
part.
that sat by the door. Yo, to the Nooper wrote that.
Oh no, but no, really couldn't. I can't.
Don't have to compose in the stomach all of the farts
No,
smelling.
because I mean, if I did, I would be in a different financial situation that I'm in now. I could already be in that.
I see what
or-
you're saying. You've been stomaching that shit all along.
Yeah, I can't.
And
I
not
can't.
saying anything. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. You know, those corporate environments, they come up, they rub your shoulders. Grown man. Yeah. Pat you on the butt. You
come
like
from
that?
a
No, I
real
don't like that.
perspective. People that know me know that they know me and my perspective for the most part.
All right. So you wouldn't vote for yourself.
I wouldn't be there to vote
right.
for myself. So
I
that's
got you.
that's different
Yeah.
because
Well, you
I
believe in
would-
dual multiverse theory, right?
Yeah.
And then, yes, sometimes that's where I fell into that category. You know, I voted Obama. I sat there and said I didn't vote for Obama. You know what I'm saying?
I did the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So it can't, you know what I mean? It depends.
I didn't the second time.
I probably would have voted for Kennedy, but I don't know. I wasn't born then. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, by the
Abraham Lincoln would have had my vote. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
time I was of age, I was still indoctrinated, but start
Tricky
seeing,
Abraham Lincoln would have had your vote.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Yes.
he was not a pink person.
He's swarthy. Didn't bathe, showered in dirty water.
That
Bathed
had
in-
nothing to do with swarthy.
Bathed in the same water.
You son of a
Bathed in the same water he spit in.
son of a you that's not what swarthy is.
That's what I
damn
was
it.
learning at William H. Ray, probably. Yeah, that's what I felt like. That's what the kids were telling me. I don't know.
They was trying to tell you were that at the same time. That's what they were telling you. They dropped Gordon devils.
Job there, good, smart kids. All right. They didn't know what they were doing.
Drop
parents-
dead
their
devils.
parents
And I'm
wasn't-
not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the whole
System.
Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drop dead devils.
All right. All right. Big ups to William H. Ray. All right. All right. I'll put a picture up there later. But let's get to the riddle, because this brother has solved it. So we don't want to leave y'all dangling. I am a voice often unheard, standing apart from the crowd. I challenge the norms and push for change, though my path is never allowed. Who am I, Self Love?
Third party candidate.
Yeah, I'm the one that sits there. They don't give no respect at the debates. They sit there and shout 1% of the people like what he's saying.
They don't even get to debate.
There's
What are
one
you
debate
saying?
where they have them all there, bro. There's one, but they're not even talking about that this year. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are right. They used to all sit there, bro. They would have them there, and they got disrespected.
That was
Years ago?
at least a couple.
Wow.
At least not Trump didn't have no sit down with all the
Yeah.
people. Period, and he became president. And before that, Obama
Yeah.
didn't. I don't think
Yeah.
Obama with all of no. Obama didn't.
Yeah, Obama
debate
had some
all
other
of
people
the-
out there. Yeah, they did. When Obama, it was multiple people out there. Maybe that was in the primary.
That was the primary. I'm talking about multiple
Wow.
parties. Yeah, when it came down to 1-1,
They don't even invite him to the debate. Is that what you're telling me?
no, and that's exactly
Well,
what
how
I'm
am I
telling
supposed
you.
to know what
Then
these people are talking about?
they don't want you to.
Oh,
Like
well, the
like
media,
all of
but
that, all
there's
of
a
that
free
word
press.
magic, all that word magic that we
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah, that people don't have any idea that that's an option.
but it's in the Constitution. A lot of it.
We ain't living by the Constitution, but first of all, but second of all,
What about free press
don't
and
get to hear that.
journalism?
7 people, families own the media, and so tell me about free press. And 7 families own the media. 7 companies. Now I don't want to say families.
Uh-huh.
It's probably one family or 2 families. It's 7 companies.
Uh-huh.
So no, free press is not a real thing. You say the wrong thing, you get canceled. So how you tell me there's free press?
Well, they have a debate person standing there that's asking questions.
Yeah, and they're
on behalf of the American people that they claim.
no, on behalf of the corporation that they work for. They got them
and
there.
Big Rockefeller. I'm not in a disagreement with you. I like hearing it, but hey, you can talk to your opponent.
Rockefeller. It's some shady business.
Gentlemen, we hope you guys watch that film. Eddie Murphy was in that film, and it all seemed like it was just a Hollywood sham, but I don't know. It seems like it's happening today. And let's see here. We'll go back to sound only. And that brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's Wordsmith's final words out there.
Wow. So we talking about the off color, off brand. But that's the type of man that I am. I ain't dealing with what everybody want. My fam needs what we need, and we need to grow. I am the man that's gonna make it happen. So I proceed and not deal with no yapping. Setting my personal trap when I speak my mind. I want what's for me and mine, the people. There is no equal. And that's really who we need to build to. But the Republicans and Democrats think they can market and transform how we act. But they truly lack any empathy for our way of living.
Big ups, Henrietta Lack.
They keep increasing their monetary need. Talking about they can't live off what is 10 times what the average American sees. Complete misunderstanding from how this government's supposed to be. It's been hijacked a long time. Focusedly supposed to be like Constitution of the 7 tribes. When they made it to this corporation constitution, it missed by some strides. They left out a lot. The intricate plot to get rid of we and ours. Leave what they want to them and theirs. It ain't fair. It's never been even since we taught them to believe in themselves. It's a moment in time, and we will get back to us and our shine, so we can be humble in mind. Humble opinion. We will see what is going to happen, but my spidey sense has been slapping me upside my dome.
Big ups, Will Smith.
So we can get busy to each our own. It's moving forward. But what really has to happen, the third party independent has to have action. They have to be put in a place of satisfaction so everybody can hear everybody wants to say. Not just these two parties that don't want to do anything for us anyway. They just march and talk shit and act like they gonna do what they want to do, but it's not believable, so don't believe the hype. You know what I am, you know who I be, and I am just that type to let you know. It's time to explore. Learn about what you don't know. Because it might be right for you. You've been listening to all these people, mainly your crew. Expand your situation. Even if it seems like you're dealing with an alien nation. Place the focus on you and what's best and what you're gonna do. Words.
Words, man. Gratitude. Yes, sir. Words. Let's get to it. Close them out. Hey, big ups to Kai Zodiac. This one's Man Know Thyself. So bullets.
Do you think you are the one?
Or boomerangs.
Honestly,
yeah,
I don't know.
Stand your ground.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Murder, suicide.
Well, eye for an eye.
Silence. It's violence.
You see something, you're supposed to say something.
Will. Slave theory. Take some grief, mix in a lot of ego, sprinkle in some fear. Yeah, you got slave.
Charity plus humility times love. That there, that's freedom.
Back. Do not answer questions.
You best be on top of your game and question everything.
Fear is cap. It's all in your mind, young man.
All there is, vibrate love.
Forgiveness. That's love's highest supreme vibration.
No doubt. So do something charitable for a so-called enemy. End the beef.
Yeah, take some Krispy Kremes down there to the Fraternal Order of Police.
No, they're not.
Tell them to be safe out there. Go to Copland and, you know, give them
shit in their
breakfast.
yard. Shit in their yard.
All right. Healthy people heal that people.
I know for sure. Like I said, shit in the yard. Hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Free the old man. Free Hoover, man. Free Larry Hoover.
Free Jeff Fort.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison is slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment, and while you at it, be ya. Walk on water.
No doubt. Man, let's continue to move this mountain.
History, paging all pagans, calling all
Mountain
sages.
Z, how we supposed to do that?
All we need is the faith of a mustard seed. We got way more than that. How long we been doing this? That brick by brick, or stone by stone, that thing is going away on everything I own.
Yeah, brick by stone, stone by brick.
Cause the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now, nobody else.
out there killing y'all, killing yourself.
I'm gonna let you in a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through, balls to bones.
You just know it. If you need help, ask for help.